here we have the Firefly. This is new this year. There's actually nothing else on the market like the Firefly. Mainly because you can't get it out of the box. But there we go. Alright, so here's the Firefly module. The actual firing module. You'll notice on the sides there are 5 on this side, 5 on that side, and 5 on that side. So there's 15 fireworks can actually be hooked up to create a show with this machine. So it actually comes with 15 reusable cables. Let's set this on here. Alright, so here are what the cables look like, and the cables come in 2 different sizes. You have 7 of one size and 8 of the other. They're either 1 meter or 3 meters, so about 3 feet or 9 feet. So how it basically works, you open one up here. Alright, so there's the compartment. So you'll actually push the wick in, or actually you place the wick over top, over this strip here. So come in here and then you close it up, and what actually happens is it heats it up, obviously causing the wick to burn. And these cables are good for between 30 and 50 firing per cable. But as I was actually listening to the creator of this Firefly explain, there's a trick that actually could allow these to work for 100, 200, maybe even a couple hundred firings, and that is to simply either wipe them off with a brush after each use, or he also mentioned using alcohol on a cloth. Also, what you can do is you can wipe it off with a brush and then do a test fire without a wick, and it will actually burn the residue off as well, which will increase the amount of times it can be used. So for the price, excellent price for what you're getting here. You're getting a lot of bang for your buck. So let's go ahead and look at the unit just briefly again before we jump into the app. You have a power button, and that's basically about it for the unit itself. Everything else is done from either the Android app or the Apple app. So keep in mind, you have to have an Android or an Apple device, which is fairly new, because the app is going to ask you to update your iOS or your Android if it isn't up to date. So everything else is actually done on the app, and it's done through Bluetooth. So once everything is hooked up, you can be 50 feet away, up to 50 feet, perhaps longer depending on the Bluetooth signal, from the actual fireworks, and you can set off the show. And one thing that's absolutely amazing about this system is the ability to actually sync music into your firing. So when you have your finales going on, you can sync music to a certain point where a certain place in the song is going to be playing when that finale is going on. So absolutely awesome there. I am not aware of any other firing system that was ever able to actually do that without a lot of work. And for what this offers, in the past you're talking over $1,000 for a very clunky system that obviously would not work with an Android or Apple device. So make sure that you read your manual before using it. It outlines everything you'll need to know. Keep in mind that it does require 8D batteries, which are not included with the unit. So go ahead and buy 8D batteries, and that is all you will actually need. Besides an Android or Apple device, I would recommend a tablet, although cell phones will work. So without further ado, let's delve into the app, look at what the app has to offer, and maybe do a test fire.
Okay, enter module passcode.
Alright, so it's going to ask you for a module passcode, which you're actually going to find not on the back. So the passcode is actually in your manual, but in the manual it says 5 zeros is the passcode, and that didn't actually work for us. And we fiddled around, did a lot of Google searching, and looked at the box, and finally I just tried 6 zeros, and 6 zeros actually worked. It may not be, maybe that's a bug with this unit, but I'm assuming that for some reason they're probably all 6 zeros. So if you can't get it to connect, try 6 zeros as the passcode. Alright, so what we're going to do is, let me get this. Okay, so what you do, you take one of your firing wires, plug it into any one of the slots, and you'll notice that it is lighted up green and red. Alright, so now we take the other end of the wire, which is a box clip, we unclip it, and we're going to hook up our fuse. So we go to our firework, pull our fuse out, and you can usually rip the tape a little bit to get more fuse if you need it. And that's how it's done. Alright, so we're going to set that on a solid platform right there, and we're going to move our Firefly over here. So you'll notice you got about 3 feet. The other ones are 9 feet, so you can get a little distance if you need it. Keep that in mind when you're setting them up, that you have the farthest fireworks away on the longest cables. Okay, 3, 2, 1, fire. And 30 seconds. Okay, just a couple things about the app. I noticed on the S8 Edge, it was kind of glitchy. It was actually scrolling back to the beginning when you're trying to scroll through the fireworks. And I didn't notice that on the S7 Edge. I also wish that they had a search. It's just scrolling through hundreds of fireworks to find the ones that you have is kind of annoying. They're not in any kind of alphabetical order. They don't seem to be in order of how many seconds they last. I couldn't find an order. So that was a huge oversight. That being said, you don't need to actually select the fireworks you're using. Not a big deal there. But
It was included, so it would have been nice if they had put a little more thought into that. That's basically the only major downside to the app. The other thing is, once you have a firework connected, it's going to light up green on that firing number in your app. If it doesn't light up green, or it lights up green multiple firing numbers green and you only have one firework connected, completely exit your app, completely shut down the module, and restart the app, and that issue should be gone. Again, I believe there might be an issue with the S8 Edge, but other Samsung devices seem to work fine. Maybe it was just a fluke. Comment below and let me know if you notice an issue with a specific device, or you have a question or comment. And by all means, I absolutely recommend this. It certainly will make your show a lot more fun.